Welcome back, everybody. Do you remember a couple weeks ago? Because I sure do. It was good times. And I even made a video about Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck being back in the DCU. I even alluded to the fact that this could be good things for the very vocal segment of DC fandom that want the Snyderverse restored. But that has now all come to a halt because of a Hollywood Reporter article that recently dropped on their platform. I'm Robert, the casual comic fan, and let's dive into this. There are few situations in the business world that require as much Clorox to be used as when a new executive team is brought in to maintain and update the quality of a studio or division. Now, this seems to be the case with DC Studios and its two executive heads, James Gunn and Peter Safran. Safran and Gunn are scheduled to meet with David Zaslav, the Warner Brothers Discovery CEO, who is radically reshaping the media company and who hired the duo in October to lead a newly launched film and TV division. So far, one path not being taken has been revealed. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the Patty Jenkins-directed Wonder Woman 3 is not moving forward at this point and has no plans to do so. Here's a quote from the article. Sources say that Jenkins recently submitted her treatment, co-written with Jeff Johns, and that Gunn and Safran, as well as Warner Brothers Pictures co-chairs and co-CEOs Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi, broke the news to the filmmaker, telling her the project, as it stood, did not fit with the new but still unfolding plans. Jenkins directed and co-wrote the previous two movies starring Gal Gadot and released in 2017 and 2020. No decisions have been made about the next steps, end quote. Even though it's probably not about the money, at least not entirely, the studio would save tens of millions of dollars by not making the third installment. Gadot, according to reports, would have received $20 million, while Jenkins would have received $12 million. Keep in mind that these figures do not include any possible back-end deals. This is just what their salaries would be. Also, there's the fact that Jeff Johns was also attached to the project as a writer. As far as comics go, Johns is one of the better writers out there, and I really respect what he's done for the Green Lantern series and his writing on the Doomsday Clock. Maybe I should go back to my roots and do that title as a series. We'll see. By the way, the part when Dr. Manhattan pretty much KO'd the DC universe, it was amazing. But when it comes to his time as a DC film executive, let's just say there was a lot of controversy around Mr. Johns. It's not clear yet how future Wonder Woman movies and Gadot's performance as the hero will fit into the newest DC strategy. In a surprising bit of timing, Gadot tweeted out of the blue a thank you to the fans, saying she was grateful to be allowed to play the heroine and role model, and adding, can't wait to share her next chapter with you. It is unclear whether or not the actress knew the project was shelved, but my guess, and it's just a guess, is that she did, and she was trying to use social media to garner support and maybe start a grassroots effort to save the Wonder Woman franchise. The rest of the DC slate is still uncertain. There are a lot of possible scenarios to take into consideration ahead of next week's meeting between Zaslav, Gunn, and Safran. This raises the question, are all of the Zack Snyder alumni being phased out? Like a Man of Steel 2 with a returning Henry Cavill, and no more having Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Also, there have been reports that the scenes shot for Aquaman, the sequel, involving Ben Affleck's Batman, were not in a recent audience test screening. These characters are to have small roles in the Flash movie, the highly anticipated and hotly debated time travel adventure movie that is due to be released on June 16th of 2023. Henry Cavill had shot his cameo back in September. There's been speculation whether or not to keep the cameo part of the game, and it has caused quite an argument inside the studio. Some believe that by including the cameos, it will suggest something that they have no intentions on delivering upon. According to The Hollywood Reporter, a Warner Brothers insider told them that so far no final decision has been taken. As for the Flash movie, it seems that anything is possible, and the movie, at this point in time, is unlocked. The Cavill situation is a challenge because he was in the Black Adam end credits. Soon after the movie opened, Cavill posted a video on Instagram where he announced, quote, "I wanted to make it official. I'm back as Superman." End quote. When Cavill posted to Instagram, Warner Brothers indeed was working on a sequel to The Man of Steel, and they were actively meeting with writers. Andrew Muschietti, who directed The Flash, expressed interest in directing the sequel. Apparently, he wanted to dial the clock back to something that resembled more of the 1978 Richard Donner Superman. With Cavill seemingly done with Warner Brothers, it seems like Henry is running out of franchises. Apparently, Cavill had been in talks with Kevin Feige, but now that's very unlikely. I wonder if Cavill regrets leaving The Witcher now. Warner Brothers leadership team, Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi, wanted to add in one more go-around of the Snyder-era superheroes. This could have meant another Justice League movie, but that was before Gunn and Safran's new plan. Also, it's very unlikely that there will be a sequel to Black Adam. The movie cost around, well, according to some reports, $230 million to make, and it's only grossed around $385 million worldwide. Now keep in mind, that price tag does not include marketing of the film. Dwayne Johnson did tweet that the movie pulled in $52 to $72 million in profit, and he compared those numbers to the first Captain America movie. I suspect The Rock did this to possibly manage high expectations of the movie, and yet still give hope of future involvement in DC films. But as far as the numbers go, I'm not sure if the movie did as well as he's claiming, but I am definitely not an accountant. Johnson has been trying to carve out his own niche within the DC company, but he may not be endearing himself to the new management. Meanwhile, Jason Momoa could be an important figure in the new plans, according to this article. For example, Momoa could finish off his days as Arthur Curry with The Lost City, which will be hitting theaters on December 25th, 2023. This would be his final film as the Aquaman character, but that doesn't necessarily mean Momoa is done with DC. Like I said in my last video, Momoa may get the chance to play his dream role. A number of people have said they would love to see Jason Momoa in the role of Lobo. Safran and Gunn seem to be focusing a lot on the space biker. And why not? The character is an outsider and an anti-hero, which fits Gunn's personal style of offbeat, quirky material, and then flipping it into a crowd-pleasing fare. That's usually his MO. I could very much see giving Lobo the Peacemaker treatment. That being said, it's possible that movies like Shazam, Fury of the Gods, which opens March 17th, 2023, and Blue Beetle, which opens up August 18th, 2023, may succeed in their own right. By the way, I think Safran is a producer on Blue Beetle. Is the plan to continue without the actors who played some of the iconic roles, even if the movies are a commercial success? This new plan may lead to an interconnected story universe and the formation of a creative brain trust that would help guide the new DC film universe going forward. Safran has already been meeting with writers in recent weeks. He's gathering feedback and ideas for the plan in hopes of not just making it near perfect. He wants to go above and beyond expectations. One issue that the Gunn-Safran agenda doesn't seem likely to touch, at least for now, is the Matt Reeves Batman universe. The one with Edward the sparkly vampire. Also, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker universe, which apparently is still going to have the sequel Folie à Deux. That seems to be a go. I'm sorry, but that just seems so damn pretentious. Folie à Deux. Anyway, the talented filmmaker is working on a sequel to the Batman, Matt Reeves, that is. Reeves is overseeing the launch of 2 new series starring Batman characters. one of which is highlighting Colin Farrell's Penguin. There is no word as to what will happen to the James Gunn directed show Peacemaker beyond its second season, because it's already been greenlit, so we'll have to see. James Gunn did tweet recently, quote, "So as for the story yesterday in The Hollywood Reporter, some of it is true. Some of it is half true. Some of it is not true. Some of it we haven't decided whether it's true or not." I have to say, that is a wonderfully non-committal answer. Twitter had the hashtag of Fire James Gunn trending after the Hollywood Reporter article. This shows the misgivings of the very vocal DC fandom. For a long time, we have faced the very real possibility of the Snyderverse going away, and now it looks like this may actually be it. And I hate to say it, but we as fans bear some of the responsibility. We are very vocal on social media, and heck, I even do videos about this. But when it comes to voting with our wallets, we tend not to show up, at least not in mass. Even though I would love to see the Snyderverse come to a close in a climactic way, kind of like, I don't know, maybe like Infinity War, it's probably not going to happen. When it's all said and done, Aquaman 2, The Hidden Kingdom, is probably going to be the last movie in what was the DCEU. More than likely, some sort of reboot is going to be in the future, and not one where they can cherry pick the characters that they feel is working, but a fresh start, which when you think about it, might be probably the best way to go. Of course, those are just my thoughts, and I would love to hear yours. Feel free to express yourself in the comment section, give a like and follow if you enjoyed my video, and like to see more content. Fare thee well, my friends, and take care. Cue the music.